Visit Pokemon Card Market and buy Pokemon cards from base set up to latest evolution set with best prices, secured system and easy handling. Only for European players. How's it going, guys? Once again, welcome back to Pokemon TCG Center. In today's video, we'll be looking at a deck for expanded format, and this time we are looking at Darkrai Hydreigon. So the Darkrai with the Night Spirit, this almost 5 years old card from the Dark Explorers, the first time introduced in the Dark Explorers, 180 HP, Darkness of course, to retreat cost, -1 resistance of the Psychic, and weakness of Defining ×2, Dark Log for the free retreat if you have a Darkness Energy attached to one of your Pokemon in play, and the Night Spirit tag for 2 Darkness and 1 Colress Energy for 90, and also 30 to one of your opponent banished Pokemon. So 5 years after this card was first introduced and dominating the format, I'm playing it in the expanded format, and I'm bringing you a deck with the Hydreigon Dark Trance, which allows you to move from one to another Darkness Pokemon with your Darkness energies. I'm not going to be able to use Hydreigon Dark Dragon Blast for 140 because I'm not running blend or double dragon energies. So 11 Pokemons, 38 trainer cards, and 11 energies means 60 cards in total. 2 Shaymins for the setup, of course, 2/1/2 line of the Hydreigon. I'm going with the Deino with the Deep Grovel, very good card. Zweilous with the Drawing, of course, for the 2 extra energy attachment from Disco Pile to this Pokemon, and of course 3 Darkrai's as the main attacker and 1 support attacker, Absol with the Mind Jack, who can actually strike for 20, plus 20 more for each of your opponent's Pokemon on the bench. I decided to go with this Absol because I actually feel like it can be pretty good for 2 energies from nowhere, and it's also a non-EX attacker, but with the Fighting Fury belt it can also have 140 HP. So that's pretty much it from the Pokemon line. From the item cards, I'm running 2 copies of Battle Compressor. Search your deck for up to 3 cards and discard them. So you can discard any 3 cards with the Battle Compressor, which means that I can discard Darkness Energy, so I can choose Dark Patch, I can discard Supporter card, Seeker for that Supporter card, and that's just pretty much it. I can also discard Rare Candy or Max Potion Dowsing Machine for that card and just put it into my hand, so I really like it. 4 copies of Dark Patch, no Max Elixirs, which means just a pure Dark Patch ×4, which will allow me to attach basic Darkness Energy from Disco Pile to one of my benched Pokemons. A-Spec Dowsing Machine, just because it's way too good card for this build. Better than Computer Search, you don't need Computer Search in this deck. Go with the Dowsing Machine if you play something like this, because Dowsing Machine sometimes can actually give you a victory if you have 4 B-Seekers in your Disco Pile and you just need that Lysandre. You can Dowsing Machine for the Lysandre and win the game. Also, Dowsing Machine can be any other item or trainer card, so yeah, it's just way too good. 2 Max Potions, heal all damage, 2 Rare Candies for that Deino into Hydreigon, 1 Super Rod, of course, 1 Tool Scrapper. It makes a lot of sense in expanded just because of those head ringers. With the Tool Scrapper, I can also remove Tool from my Pokemon. 2 copies of a Trainers Mail. Look at the top 4 cards of your deck. You might reveal a trainer you find there, except for the Trainers Mail, of course, and put it into your hand. So no space for 4 Trainers Mails, just 2 of them are going to be fine. Then I'm running 4 copies of Ultra Balls, of course, and 4 copies of a B-Seeker. Only 1 stadium in this build, and it's a single Parallel City. I decided to go with the Parallel City because with the Parallel City I can get rid of my Shaymins, also maybe maybe remove my damaged Darkrai, but it's pretty much here to remove those Shaymins. Supporter line is a little bit huge. As you can see, I'm running 8 different supporters. So the first one is going to be AZ. It's a very good card. It can just scoop 1 Pokemon and all cards. It can just scoop 1 Pokemon from play into your hand, and you need to discard other cards. Pretty good because if you have energies on it and a lot of damage counters, you can just discard energies and put it back to the bench and, for example, Dark Patch it in case you don't have Hydreigon. Also, it can remove Shaymin from play, so I definitely like it. 1 Colress because it's a expanded format, and then I'm running also 1 Delinquent. I thought a lot. Should I go with 2 Parallel Cities or maybe 1 Parallel City and something else? Then I just decided to go with 1 Parallel City and 1 Delinquent, because if I run only 1 Stadium, I would like to have at least Delinquent so I can counter my opponent's Stadium. So it's also a good card because it can force your opponent to discard 3 cards from his hand. I want a copy of Hex Maniac, so I can shut down Greninja Break's abilities, Trevenant Break ability, Trevenant ability, and any other annoying ability in play. But yeah, I completely, I didn't forget about that new Giratina, who can actually block a break abilities, because unfortunately I don't have it at this moment, so I don't have it in this build. But if I have one, I should definitely take it inside, because it's a way too good to counter those Greninja breaks and the Trevenant breaks. More than that, one copy of Lysandre. In addition to that, I'm running also one copy of Pokemon Ranger, and then I have 2 copies of N, so pretty much each player will shuffle his or her hand and draw cards for each of his or her remaining prize cards, and no need to have more than 2. 4 copies of Juniper, of course, it's expanded, so Juniper looks much better than Sycamore full art, and of course the same effect but better look. And 2 copies of Fighting Fury Belt for extra 40 HP and 10 damage, and of course 11 energies Darkness Basic for that Dark Patch advantage. The only thing you can actually consider thinking about as a tech might be Giovanni Scheme. It might be also maybe a Muscle Band. It might be also something like a Blend Energies, because in that case you can also use your Dragon Blast for 140, but in that case you need to discard 2 energies from this Pokemon, so somehow I don't feel that's gonna be good, but also it's gonna be very problematic against maybe a Chaos Wheel, against maybe Enhanced Hammer, so I just decide not to play them. So for today's video, I only played one short game. I mean, a 15-minute game against Greninja Break, and I managed to win. Even after I did a huge mistake, I had a lot of luck, and that actually last prize was just amazing. You should definitely see that. So I hope you guys are gonna enjoy watching this video. So yeah, pretty much see you in the game. Okay, so I'm gonna start first, definitely. Without basic Pokemon. So playing against Greninja, well, this is gonna be an interesting match, definitely. Playing against Greninja with a Hydreigon might be good, but yeah, Shadow Snitching can just shut down my Dark Trance ability. Then I will need my Pokemon Ranger to respond back to my opponent. No basic Pokemon again. And finally, there is a one Darkrai featuring 2 Ultra Balls. Alright, I love to see Ultra Balls. There we go. So, starting first, will definitely be a Colress and 1 energy. And it's gonna be for a Darkrai, just because I have a Dark Patch sitting in my hand. I can use it. Another Ultra Ball, of course, is going to be for Seeker and Darkness Energy, and then I can set up for 6. Setting down for 6 will allows me maybe to have my Darkrai turn 1 with 3 energies. Yeah, looks like that's gonna happen. I'm passing my turn, so I'm definitely happy. Turn 1 Darkrai, 3 energies, turn 2 Night Spear for like a 90 and 30 on the bench. Well, I'm happy with that. But more than that, I need something for draw. Okay. 1 energy for the bubble, or there will be something, because if there's nothing, I think I'm gonna dunk my opponent. Alright, so a dive ball. Another Froakie for him. Well, the turn 1 was a decent with the Wally. Or actually, might there not be a Wally? Did he just, I don't know what he did. I'm gonna be a Seeker for Colress. I didn't actually see if he had that Wally or not, but I'm Colress for 3. Not bad. So one huge Night Spear, 90 and 30. I can take one prize. However, I also have Lysandre in my hand, so there is also Max Potion. And hopefully I'm gonna be able somehow to set up my Hydreigon in play. But so far I'm doing pretty well. So far I'm definitely doing pretty well. Right now he needs Frogadier, he needs a energy for the water duplicate, which means that I can Lysandre one of his Banjo Frogadiers and knock him out, dealing 30 damage also to his Frogadier with the Bursting Balloon. So I definitely see this as a very promising game so far in my case. In my favor. Oh, Trainers Mail. I'm definitely gonna play that Trainers Mail to see what I can find with it. Professor Juniper will be good, definitely. So one huge Night Spear for the knockout, 30 down to his Frogadier with the energy, which means that he needs to evolve into the Greninja with his Pokemon, or he's gonna be knocked out. Alright. So another dive ball. I have 2 copies of V-Seekers in my hand, which I definitely like. So far, I cannot complain. I have 2 V-Seekers, which means that even if he evolves this Frogadier into the Greninja in the active spot, that Greninja is going to be knocked out, and I'm also going to be able to spread 30 damage to one of his Frogadiers on the bench. There is a V-Seeker for the Wally, which means that he can also take Greninja Break. And right now I'm going to be short for like a 20. That's where the problem is going to start. So 60 plus 90 going to be... that's going to be not enough for the knockout. One John Weather Shrieking for 60. Definitely. And one Moonlight Slash for 80. So I'm down to like 140. However, I'm definitely going to retreat. Then I'm going to play my Max Potion, discarding 3 energies, but for me that's not a big deal. But the big problem is going to be playing that Juniper for like a 7, discarding 2 more V-Seekers and not being able to get those Lysandres anymore, but never mind. A Night Spear for 100, and I'm short for 10, and 30 to his Frogadier on the bench. So in theory, if he don't pull a Max Potion or something like that, that Greninja gonna be knocked out, but more than that, I don't have nothing to draw. So there is one huge Super Rod, and Frogadier and a Water Energy recycling back. That's just fine, but is there anything else? I know that he had 1 energy in his hand, which he can definitely use to knock out my Deino, so I definitely put my Deino as a bite on the bench. No more V-Seeker, no more Lysandre in this game for me. John Water Shrieking definitely goes down to the Darkrai in the front. And what else? Can he get another energy? There's just another Super Rod and a mystery card in his hand. If it's a V-Seeker, he can go for the Sycamore. Oh, it's a N. Okay, I'm gonna take a 6 new cards, but even if I can get Hydreigon, it's not gonna be good. Hydreigon, it's not gonna be good because, I mean, At least with the Hydreigon, I can prevent him from knocking out my Deino and also transfer energies from one to other Darkrays, keeping them in play. But for now, I'm thinking about somehow finding a Parallel City and cutting his cards from the hand down to maybe 0. It will depend on how many resources he can use right now. I'm not seeing energy so far, so he decided to retreat. That retreat will not help him, because I can snipe on the bench. That's the huge advantage of my Darkrai. And Moonlight Slash for 80. Which means that I definitely need... I can Delinquent. I can huge Delinquent here. I'm gonna Ultra Ball for N and energy, and of course I'm not gonna take anything. How many Dark Patches I have? A single Dark Patch left? Maybe I can pull him down to 1 card. Maybe. There is a Rare Candy. There is a Hydreigon. There is also a energy in my hand. But unfortunately for me, that's gonna be it. Battle Compressor. I don't need these 3 cards anymore. Alright, one huge Night Spear here. Did I make a mistake? Yes, for sure. Just because I didn't retreat. I do a huge mistake here. But he still needs Greninja Break and 2 energies in order to knock on my active Darkrai. Which means that I will still have a full HP and Darkrai number 2 on my bench. I still have 3 more prize cards to take, so... I also have Tool Scrapper in my hand just in case of the Bursting Balloon. So he only had 1 Greninja, but I don't have energies. That might be a huge problem. So he can knock me out with the Moonlight Slash for 80. Completely forget to avoid this embarrassing situation, retreating to another Darkrai and knocking him out. So a V-Seeker for N. Oh, if he only know how bad hand I have, he actually helped me with that N, especially if I get right now energy. And I managed to get 1, and also Darkrai number 2, and also a Battle Compressor. And he puts another Throw King play and a Die Ball for Greninja Break. It might be. Or maybe just for another Greninja. But if it's another Greninja and it's a Water Shuriken Greninja, okay. The one with actually 1 retreat cost. So he's definitely gonna stuck with that Greninja, but I'm still not gonna be able to knock it out, because if Greninja breaks, Wolf is gonna have 170 HP, so still way too hard to win after that huge mistake where I didn't retreat my Darkrai actually on the bench. So I could just AZ, for example, that Darkrai. There's 1 Water Shuriken, 3 goes down to my Darkrai on the bench. And a Moonlight Slash. There we go. Way too much resources lost right now. Way too many of them. Well, another Night Spear, and to be honest, I can go for that Froakie on the bench. Because I definitely need that prize card, and it's a Deino. Okay, still without Greninja Break. I can knock out that Greninja. But if he can get Greninja Break, the maximum damage he can do is 130, so I'm still gonna be fine. which means that I just somehow need to perform a knockout against that other Froakie on the bench and active Greninja. So I'm fine for now, but will I still win after my mistake? We shall see. Alright, so another Water Shuriken for 30. Energy from hand. He can't retreat, but he can volley his Froakie on the bench, definitely. Or even better, Greninja into Greninja Break. No. Froakie into Frogadier, but without damage. A Misslash for 50, and that's it. So he actually lost the game right now. Oh, he actually still didn't. So I first need to retreat. And I'm gonna use my Dark Trance. I'm still short for like a 10, and I can't get 10 damage right now. However, what I can do is Battle Compressor for like Delinquent Hex Maniac, Pokémon Ranger. Discard as many resources as you can. And play that Night Spear and knock out his one Froakie on the bench. And hope to find something like Dowsing Machine. Oh my goodness, Dowsing Machine for the Lysandre. It will work for sure. Max Potion will work for sure, but more than that, that Dowsing Machine for the Lysandre will be enough for the knockout. Oh, he Lysandre me? He Lysandre my Darkrai probably, and he's gonna go for that knockout. But if I can prevent him from evolving his Frogadier on the bench, then the game is definitely over, because I have Dowsing Machine for the Lysandre. And right now you can see why I actually prefer a Dowsing Machine in this build, because Dowsing Machine can be one more card that you actually need. Any kind of a trainer card, so Dowsing Machine actually saves the day here. So I'm definitely happy with it. So, a Dowsing Machine for Deino and Professor Juniper, and of course it's going to be for a Lysandre. And of course, a Lysandre, it's going to be for that Frogadier. And as you can see, 2017, Darkrai with the Night Spear beating Greninja Break as in expanded format is just well played. What else to say? Well played. Even after I did that mistake with my Darkrai not retreating down to the bench, I managed to somehow pull the victory here, so I'm completely satisfied with the deck. But once again, guys, this is a deck that I used to play in today's video. I hope you guys enjoy watching this video. From now on, I'm gonna play much more expanded format, and I'm gonna build and introduce more expanded decks. So hopefully you're gonna enjoy watching it. So once again, as you have any questions, as always, don't forget to leave comments below. Let me know what you think about this deck. Let me know what you think about expanded. Would you like to see more expanded decks or more standard decks, or maybe half expanded, half standard in the future? So once again, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, the most important thing, and hit the like button. Till the next time, have a nice day, and see you in the next video. So goodbye.